Namaste, beautiful brothers and sisters. How is it all going? It is saying that the meeting's being streamed, but you never know. Saying that the meeting's being streamed, but you never know. Correct. It is being streamed. So I'm just going to wait for a few of you to jump on the call. I'm going to change the well, what I've got to do is just make sure it's public so that everyone can see it. So I'm just gonna I've got a very important message for you all about the current energies. Edit audience. Okay, public. Here we go. So please let me know when you jump on the call that you are here, and we'll get this live party started. Okay, so let's just see, how are we doing? Oh, we've got one person. I'm sure we can do better than that. So let's just wait. Let's share this video, guys. Let's share this video, one person. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Archie, you've been such a good boy all day. Why suddenly when we just go live? Come and say hello to everyone. Anyway, I'm just going to start with this message. I just want to share a little update about the current energies at the moment, because basically we're getting seriously blasted by photonic light. Oh my God, I think Archie needs a wee. Oh my God, what an awkward moment. Archie, do you need a wee? Hold on a minute. Finn, can you take Archie for a wee, please? Archie needs to go to the toilet. Anyway, let's just see if anyone else has joined us. Oh, got 3 people. Can you say hello, guys, when you join? Oh, is he not? Okay, just shut this door, Finn. I'm just doing a live video. So I'm just waiting for people to jump on the call. There's like 2 people, like, you know what I mean? It may as well just wait. Just 1 minute. Thanks, love. Okay, so the reason why I'm making this video, is because I just want to talk about the current energies and what is actually going on. And I just want to really, really bring a message of comfort and support for people in my community. So every so often, we enter a ascension corridor, and that means that the planet moves into a certain sort of like position within the photon belt, and as the planet sort of aligns with the photon belt, this activates a dispensation of photonic light particles, which are also called God particles, from the galactic core. From the core of our galaxy, these photonic light particles are pumped out. Now, these photonic light particles have a particular patterning. They have a geometric patterning that is directly connected to our DNA. And so our DNA it like interfaces with the photonic light. That as the photonic light bombards the planet, it's a bit like a microwave, and it's a bit like our cells and our DNA gets heated, for want of a better analogy, gets worked on. And all of this that is going on at the moment is supporting us in our transition from carbon to crystalline. We are going through a planetary ascension. Whatever's going on the outer level, whatever, Trevor, we are going through a planetary ascension. And this entire Earth consciousness is ascending to the higher dimensional realms. Now, we know that there are forces in this world and in this sort of like matrix system that are really, really trying to control that ascension. And so this is why we experience the bombardment of the spraying and the poison shots, the programming, the obsession with materialism and sexuality. This is all a specific agenda that is designed to kind of like create a filter from the ascension waves, the ascension energies that are pouring in. But what's happening at the moment is that we have just entered a next level phase in our ascension. And so we are being bombarded by these photonic light particles. One thing I will say is that those of us at the front line of the ascension, those of us that identify as the 144, the ground crew, we are being hit by these ascension waves the hardest. Because we've already done so much work on ourselves to raise our vibration, we are much more calibrated and sensitive to the photonic light bombardment. And so what is going on at the moment is that we're getting blasted, and how that is manifesting for many of us is profound fatigue, profound thirst, because what it is that it's like light particles, and they're sort of like working our DNA, they're heating our DNA, and our DNA is transforming from a sort of like hard popcorn kernel to a fluffy popcorn. And so in this sort of like microwave process, it dries out all the cells, it sucks out all of the hydration from the cells. So we really need to stay topped up with our hydration. But for many of us, water won't really cut it. Water's not quite enough, so we need to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of like sea salt, or electrolytes, or we need to drink coconut water, because coconut water has electrolytes, and electrolytes, it's just the minerals, like the minerals in our body are getting really depleted at the moment. When we go through these blasts of photonic light particles, the minerals in our body get seriously depleted, and so we need to keep mineralizing our body to maintain our body in homeostasis, which is a state of balance. So if you do not stay on top of your like bodily needs, you can quite easily go into overwhelm, you can quite easily go into absolute complete and utter exhaustion, you can quite easily go into like a place of being really overly emotional and stuff like that. So I just wanted to just say that, and I want to bring a message of comfort to let you all know that if you're feeling a lot of, what's the matter, why, what? If you're feeling a lot of physical, come here, Archie Bear, come here. If you're feeling a lot of physical symptoms at the moment, come here. This is what's going on. And obviously, like, if you think that there's something serious going on, or you think there's something deeper going on, like, go and get it checked out. I am not advocating to not get your medical checks. Quite the opposite, in fact. But I'm just sharing with everyone the information I've received about what's going on. So I'm just going to see if anyone's engaging, if anyone's actually part of this conversation. You know, I'm having this conversation about everything, and I don't know if anyone can actually hear what I'm saying. What do you think? Actually, oh, Archie. Oh, here we go. Hello to everyone. Good advice on the coconut water. Hello, Jen. Yes. Okay. So we have people here. Yes. Okay. That's great. So let's share this video, guys. Really important that we share this video. There are so many people in our community that are experiencing this light blast at the moment, and they won't know what's going on. They won't know about the photonic light particles. They won't understand about why they're feeling like, they might think they're like coming down with some serious illness. Do you know what I mean? And maybe some people are, but for the most of us, we're not. We're just having to assimilate these new light codes. And so basically the photonic light particle, they hold a particular geometric patterning, and as we move towards the sort of like the ascension crux point, the Samvartika, the solar flash event, which is going to be the true ascension of humanity, the geometric patterns change subtly. They change, and so we're being blasted with new codes, new geometrical patternings, and so our physical vessel has to adapt to integrate the new information that's coming from galactic central in the form of these photonic light particles. And that's why it's quite challenging at the moment. Like anyone, is anyone else feeling it? Like I was hanging out with my really good friend Joe yesterday, and I just kept on getting out of breath, and that's when I know when the light bombardment's coming, because I just get out of breath. Like even just making a cup of tea, I get out of breath, and it's because my body is working to assimilate and integrate the new light codes. And so it's working really, really hard. And so it's like shutting, some systems are getting a little bit shut down, other systems are getting sort of turned up. It's all like to do with the organs and the meridians, and like our body was created for ascension. Out there, there's all these portals in our body which are encoded to assist us to navigate this ascension path, you know what I mean? And so sometimes when we do get really, really seriously blasted, like a lot of things are going on in our body. And so is anyone else feeling that experience? Is anyone else having symptoms at the moment? Spot on, Jen. Yes, feeling it too. Yes, feeling something. Good to see you. Yeah, so this is great. These past 2 weeks have been so intense. Okay, guys, let's share this video. I'm going to share it now to Prosperity, one of my Facebook groups, Prosperity Codes. Okay. So important that we share this message. So how we support our body at this time, we really, really stay on top of our hydration. Like, we make our hydration a priority. We have to stay on top of it. We cannot ignore our thirst. If we feel really, really thirsty and we just ignore it, it can very, very quickly get a little bit out of hand. And so we have to stay on top of our body. We need to rest. We need to make sure that we rest. We need to understand what's going on. Like, we're such brave souls that have signed up to be part of this ascension, and we are on the front line of this. Like, we're doing this for the whole entire flipping multiverse. You know, we're taking one for the team because we're fully conscious of what is going on. So we need to respect the process that our body is going through. We need to respect the journey that we've signed up for. We need to rest when we need to rest. We need to totally, completely and utterly avoid anything that is going to be toxic relationships, toxic media, toxic substances. Like, that is not going to work at this time. That is going to really activate a detriment in your vibration, to be around anything toxic, because everything's amplified at the moment. So if you're around a toxic energy, it's more amplified, you know. So we need to have really vigilant boundaries around toxicity and around not allowing toxicity into our sacred space. We need to really take guardianship of our sacred space. We need to surround ourselves with beautiful heavenly music, with beautiful affirmations, with vibrations and frequencies that are very exalted. This is what is going to assist us now to assimilate these codes, is by surrounding ourselves in heavenly vibrations, being with really good friends, hanging out with really super nourishing friends and connections, being nurtured, nurturing each other. All of the high heavenly qualities are what's needed now to support us to integrate these codes. Do you know what I mean, guys? How else any other ideas that you can think of that we can, you know, that we can all do to support our vibration? Journaling's really good at the moment. Stuff will be coming up, like these photonic light particles. They're working a lot with the shadow aspect, and so these photonic light particles are a bit like a shovel, and it's like they're getting in there to the deep unconscious mind, and they're pulling up now those programs that we cannot take with us into the fifth dimension, that we cannot take with us into New Earth. So all of those old programs, I'm not good enough, no one loves me, I'm all alone, whatever it is you know, your identification, your programming, that will be coming up for you to really look at. And you have to remember, when stuff comes up for you, it's an invitation to see how you are going to respond and react. Like, we can't stop the fact that shit happens on Earth, and that we've all taken on like a shit ton of programming, you know, that is a fact. But what we can control is our reaction and our response. So in the past, maybe you might have really identified with that thought form that said, no one loves me, I'm all on my own, I'm going to be on my own forever and ever. That's a very core sort of like shadow thought form. Now you are being invited to go into observer mode. Oh, there's that. Oh, it's like you're watching on a TV screen. It's like it's not you, it's just a program, because it's not who you really are. You are a fractal of the ocean of God. Like, the truth is that you are intimately connected with all of creation. That's the truth. It's only the lie and the programming that has convinced you of the opposite. So in these ascension corridors that we're in right now, this is a really big time that the shadow aspect is going to be activated. But this is an invitation for you to deal with it in an evolved way, in a more high vibrational way. And we do that by not identifying with it. Oh, there's that thought form. Oh yeah, I'm just watching. It's just like a cloud passing in the sky. I remember I'm the sky, and I remember all my thought forms are clouds. And so when a cloud comes along, I'm not going to forget who I truly am, that I'm the sky. I'm not going to identify and believe myself to be that cloud. I'm going to remember that I am the host, I am the sky, and all clouds, all thoughts just come and go, and they pass on by. And so if you can apply that level of spiritual maturity to your shadow aspect of the thought forms that are entrenched within your shadow, you will come to spiritual mastery, you will come to enlightenment so fast. So this is a powerful opportunity for many people now to stabilize, because we are being tested. I'm being tested. Do you know what I mean? We're all being tested, and it's like we've got to pass the test. So let's see if anyone's actually saying anything. Play with rocks and crystals, the sunshine and swimming in the salt water. That's lovely. Yeah, dress cozy in what you love, making art. That's really lovely. Yeah, let me just see. Yeah, making art. That's a really good one. Play with rocks and crystals. Yeah, like stroking your animals, sunshine and swimming in salt water. Oh yeah, we haven't got sunshine in the UK, but I have got salt water. Dress cozy in what you love. Yeah, that's so true. So let me just see, read your other. I've been needing to rest so much lately, and I'm so fortunate I've had time to do so. Definitely. Hi, Steffi, darling. Feeling the same with breathlessness and strange symptoms. Thanks for this, Jen. I'm feeling the change. Yes. Okay, this is great. Okay. So I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about the Easter transmission, and that the energy is really building up. And it feels to me like that the Easter gateway is really a really holy gateway. I don't know why. I don't often use that word, but when I tune into it, I'm getting this really powerful vibration of holiness. And I just think that something's going to happen in the transmission. So we're going to be working with the Christ seal. We're going to be activating the Christic flame, and not activating because it's already activated, but we're going to be empowering the Christic flame that burns within our higher heart center, our thyroid area. This is our higher heart. And this is the seat of unconditional love. And this is also where the Christic flame resides, within our thymus gland. And so we're going to be doing a lot of work to really empower the Christic flame and ensure that it truly stabilizes as the predominant template, the Christ template. Because you have to remember that within our society, like, we're all born as Christed beings. We're all born holding the knowledge of our unity consciousness, of our oneness with God. But the fact is, we are all incarnated with parents that are deeply deluded and in a spiritual coma, and so they are not able to hold space for us to really understand our holiness and our true Christic nature, and so therefore their programming serves to diminish the flame, the Christic flame. And so that's why children are so free, and they're so in the moment, and they're so kind of like wild and free. It's because the Christic flame burns burns so brightly. But as children grow, that flame gets weaker and weaker and weaker. And to some people, it's just like a spark. But everyone has a spark. If the spark's gone, you're dead. But if you're alive, you've still got a spark. And we all know that even if a fire's gone out, if there's one little ember, if you work that ember, if you blow on that ember, if you nurture that ember is going to alight again. So no matter what programming we've all experienced, there's always the opportunity for us to activate that flame, that Christic flame of our true original divine blueprint. And we must. There's no two ways about it. We must do that. And so we're going to be working with this beautiful sacred energies of the Easter gateway to deeply support us to empower this Christic flame. And in the 4/4 transmission, we had an introduction to the Christic flame, and we're going to be working to really empower that. Now, I've already heard from my team that there are quite a number of souls in the community that are going to fully stabilize in 5th dimensional consciousness, which is also Christ consciousness. 5D consciousness and Christ consciousness, same, because 5D consciousness is unity consciousness. This is the 0 point field. So we've got 3D and then 4D. In the 3D and 4D realms, we're still stuck in duality, we're still stuck in polarity. But when we get into the 5th dimension, we bust through duality and separation, the concept of separation, and we're back into oneness, divine eternal oneness. And that oneness is called 5th dimensional consciousness, and it's called Christ consciousness. And the aim of the game is to stabilize in Christ consciousness, in 5th dimensional consciousness. The aim of the game is to be the master surfer. When you're stabilized in 5th dimensional consciousness, you are a master surfer. And no matter what waves life throws at you, you stay on your board. You're a master surfer. You stay on your board and you ride the waves like a pro. Whereas if you're not stabilized in 5th dimensional consciousness, you could be like, oh, I'm stabilized in 5th dimensional consciousness. Oh, yeah, it's really great. And then a massive wave comes along and you're chucked off your board and you're drowning again. And then so you're not stabilized, and that's okay. No, hardly anyone is. But the aim of the game is to get us all stabilized so that no matter what crap life throws at us, we're able to ride the wave. Someone dies, you can ride the wave. Your partner passes, you can ride the wave. You get trolled by 3,000 people on the internet, you can ride the wave. People turn against you, doesn't even touch the sides. Doesn't even touch the sides, guys. Not one single feather is ruffled when you're in 5D consciousness. Not one feather is ruffled. With all the madness that happens on earth, you are just like serene. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we don't have our human moments. Of course we do, because we're like a child. I'm like a child, but I don't repress my emotions. I express in the moment. So, and that's a part of staying in 5th dimensional consciousness, is that we allow whatever is right. We don't suppress our natural urges. Do you know what I mean, guys? So if I get pissed off and I want to release, I'll just release. I won't hold it, I won't store it, but I won't do it in a way that's going to be dangerous or toxic for anyone around me. I'll do it in a very like, it's like we're conscious children. That is what it means to be in an enlightened state of consciousness. It means that your consciousness returns back to that of a child, and the freedom and the glory and the ecstasy of being a child, but it's in a conscious way. Like, we're conscious of it. Children aren't conscious of the fact that they're wild and free. They're just wild and free. But when we're an enlightened adult, we are conscious of the fact that we're wild and free. And that's the aim of the game, guys. So the Easter transmission is going to be all about that. It's going to be all about really deeply supporting as many of us in the community to completely and utterly stabilize. I'm going to be giving a big transmission about Christ consciousness, about what is Christ consciousness, and it's going to be amazing. Look at all the orbs. Can you see the orbs, guys? It's like orbtastic, isn't it? Let me just see if anyone said anything. Flowing without the resistance feels a lot easier today. Breathing into the heart, get into nature even on dull days. Yeah, thank you for the link. Thank you, Jen. Explains so well. Yes. Hello, Cheryl. Sounds awesome to me. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the medicine of your words spoken to us and the codes within. Love to you. Oh, thank you, Christine, for your beautiful poetical words. I love you so much, Christine. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. I really, really do. Like, you're my soul family, you're my tribe, you know, like we've got this. And it is my deepest, deepest honor to serve you. You know that. It's my deepest privilege to serve you and to be there for my brothers and sisters. And, you know, I signed up for this role. What's the matter? Have you got a message for everyone, Archie? Do you want me to channel a message? Okay, I think Archie's coming through with a message, guys. What is it? Oh, he's saying he loves you. Wants to go out. What else? Tell everyone what you think. Have you got a cosmic message for the community, Archie Bear? Hey? He's saying, listen to Jen. She knows what she's chatting about. So yeah, I wanted to say that. Just also want to say a big thank you to everyone in my community for all your beautiful love and support with the fact that my stepfather has passed. And it's a really, really huge initiation for me and my family, what we're going through at the moment. And I'm really, really grateful for all your love. I truly, truly am. And all your beautiful, kind messages. And yeah, it really helps at this time. So thank you all so much for that. Was there any other messages? I think that was it. So I really hope as many people get to see this. I'm going to upload this video to Instagram. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. But the message is that we're being blasted, guys. And so don't expect yourself to be able to like run a marathon. If you could run a marathon last week and suddenly we're getting blasted and you can't run a marathon, like just understand what's going on and really, really let's rock it. Let's really rock this ascension corridor. Let's really, really show God how much, you know, we can listen to our bodies and really deeply take care of ourselves and you know, and have those boundaries around toxicity and stuff like that. It's so key. That's such a key part of what I spoke about. But anyway, give lots of love to all of the orbs that have, you know, blessed us with this message. I will post the link to book onto the Easter transmission. I'm really, really praying that as many of you as possible come to the Easter transmission. It's a very, very big one. It's a big one in the sense of I feel there are some holy codes that are going to be transmitted for our community that have never come through before, and I just want as many of you as possible to bask in those exquisite codes, because they're going to help you so much. And remember, guys, we need as many of us stabilized now, because when you're stabilized, you're like a lighthouse. You're like a lighthouse. And so when everyone else is in the dark, you're just beaming out light, and then and everyone can source their light and source their connection and remembrance through your own alignment and connection. It's the greatest gift that we can give our brothers and sisters, is to stabilize. Like, look how much I've impacted so many people just for one soul stabilizing. And now through my books, the ripple effect, it is absolutely extraordinary how potent it is. And that is the aim of the game. The aim of the game is really truly to get as many of us stabilized in fifth dimensional consciousness, and have that Christic flame burning so bright so that we can be the Christ beings that we have incarnated to be. You know, we have incarnated to recognize the divinity in all of our brothers and sisters. That's why we're here. You know, I was like, I volunteered to come back because I was like, God, I'll remember. I promise you, I will remember. I will remember who my brothers and sisters are. And then every time I look at my brothers and sisters, I will hold that holiness of who they truly are, of their true spiritual origins. And that is what being in Christ consciousness is all about. It's about recognizing who your brothers and sisters are. When you are in Christ consciousness, you are the most humble being in the world. And do you know why you're the most humble being in the world? Because all around you, you're surrounded by Christ, you're surrounded by holiness, and you're just like, holy shit, man, I am so humbled to be in your presence. And that's why I feel that with all my brothers and sisters, I'm so humbled to meet you, because you are a fractal of God. You are a fractal of the Christic flame. And I truly, truly see you. And I deeply, deeply celebrate you. And I hope that you feel my love and the profound sincerity of my words. And I really pray that as many of us as possible wake up. Wake up now. And we wake up by recognizing our brothers and sisters. Everyone you meet is gods. We're all gods and goddesses in disguise. The man in the post office, the woman in the garage, your next door neighbor, all gods and goddesses in disguise. And if you're part of this conversation, you have a very important role. And your role is to remember and recognize who your brothers and sisters are. And that is Christ consciousness. Just see any of your messages. Sausages. Yeah, Archie Bear did say sausages. Well, very, very psychically telepathic. Oh. So yeah, that's it. This is it. This is it now, brothers and sisters. This is the big one. It's the Easter transmission. It's the most holy transmission we will have ever shared as the ground crew. And look at my beautiful outside window. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just heaven. Just surround yourself in heaven today and tomorrow and the next day, and be your angelic self. You know, you are an angel. I know who you are. You're an angel. You're God's daughter. You're God's son. You're an angel. And so move through the world as the angel that you are. Be kind, be helpful, but most importantly, recognize your brothers and sisters. Recognize the Christ self that dwells in them. When you go out today, just see it. You'll see it. It's around this area here. There's this exhaustion that we all carry, this vulnerability and exhaustion, but there's also this like wisdom, spiritual wisdom that we all carry around this area. And if you look into any of your brothers and sisters' eyes, you'll see it. You'll see their divinity. And when you see it, recognize it and gently bow to it. And that will empower their flame to burn bright. And this is what it's all about, brothers and sisters. And I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I genuinely do. So I'm just about to end this call. Finn's about to come in. Thank you, Jen. I'm feeling the shadow coming up at the moment. So grateful for your words. That's wonderful, beautiful, Sharon. I work at Mysteries in London and so many walk-ins with entities. Wow, that sounds fascinating, Deborah. Big love to all. Yeah. Okay, guys, well, that's my message. So thank you all so much for being on the call. Please share this message. There are so many people I'm shadow banned. No one, you know, I'm still got 30 days at the bottom of the newsfeed. People will not see this unless you share it, unless you engage with it. There are so many people in your community that will need to hear this message. Like, I woke up to see that orb. That was a sign. That orb was like, yes, like it's freaking true. Please share this message, brothers and sisters. It's very, very important. People won't know what's going on at the moment. They're probably quite scared of like, what's going on? Why am I so breathless? Why do I feel so deeply exhausted? They don't understand what's going on. But this video explains so clearly what is going on energetically on the planet at the moment, and it will bring such healing and comfort to so many of your brothers and sisters. And it will be an act of Christ consciousness for you to share this video and to share these codes with your community. So on that note, I'm going to get off the phone, get off the video. Archie Bear is, I don't know what he's doing, and that's it. So thank you all. I love you all so much. I'll remember, I'll try to go live as much as I can these days, and I'll see you all on Saturday, on Sunday anyway. Oh, a massive surprise as well. There's going to be a big surprise for everyone on the transmission. And I'm not saying anything else other than that. Okay. Love you all. Namaste.